Is this a step down from Parasite? I would say so. It's definitely not as good as that film. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Oliver Brinkat, and today I'm going to review the latest science fiction black comedy film, and that film is Mickey 17. This movie is directed by Bong and stars Robert Pattinson, Naomi, Ackie, Yeun, Toni, Collette, and Mark Ruffalo. A disposable employee is sent on a human expedition to colonize the ice world. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. So of course I was anticipating for this film because of course this movie is directed by Bong Joon-ho, who directed one of my favorite movies that came out in 2019, which is Parasite. That film is definitely a fantastic film. The film that really surprised me, coming from someone that told me that film is good, and I've been a fan of Bong Joon-ho ever since. I love Snowpiercer as well, the film before that, and he makes some really unique and interesting films. So of course, I was excited for Mickey 17. With this original concept alone and the trailers of the film, it definitely got me intrigued. I love the cast of the film, especially Robert Pattinson. Somehow the trailers really did intrigue me. It looks like something that is original and kind of unique and different. We've seen a lot of cloning movies before, so, you know, that could take it down, but this looks like the most unique cloning film that I've ever seen. But I gotta say, guys, I had a total blast with Mickey 17. Is this a step down from Parasite? I would say so. It's definitely not as good as that film. This is still a really enjoyable film. Does this film have flaws? Absolutely. Like I said, it is a bit of a step down from Parasite, but this film is still a total blast for me. Now, if you're going to this film expecting a serious drama film with this original plot, you're not going to get that. This movie is more of a science fiction black comedy that I think it works in every step of the way. I thought the genre adds a very unique flair to this film. I thought this film is hilarious. It has its dark, humorous moments. It's also a romance film between Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie. And it's also a sci-fi film about the world that this movie is exploring. And all those elements work very smoothly in this film. I definitely love how original this film is. It's definitely something that I haven't seen before. Mostly the first act of Mickey 17 basically explains the exposition and what Robert Pattinson is going through and the concept of this cloning. And I find it very, very fascinating in this film. It's one of my favorite aspects of Mickey 17. Of course, let's talk about the cast in this movie, and of course, Robert Pattinson is fantastic in this film. You guys can forget about Twilight. You can forget about Sparkles, because this guy can act. And his character is definitely the character that you really follow in this film. Because within the concept of every time that Mickey dies in the film, he gets a new clone, and the memories are still on some hard drive, and they still put the memories in him so he remembers what happens. I just thought that concept's very interesting, and they had a lot of fun with that in this film, especially throughout Robert Pattinson's performance. I thought he does a great job as Mickey 17, which is the main character of the film, which is the 17th body that Robert Pattinson goes through. But he also plays Mickey 18, another body that he stumbles upon that's basically him, but basically a total opposite of him. So we got two Robert Pattinsons in the film, and I thought Robert Pattinson does a great performance in the film. I actually like the accent that he's presented in the film. It's definitely very interesting. It took its time to get used to, but I thought the accent absolutely works for the film, especially throughout the comedy. This movie is also a romance film between Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie, and I also thought Naomi Ackie does a great job in the film, because she's the one that mostly believes in Mickey in the film, because he's technically an outsider in this film. And I thought the chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie is really well done, and I thought Naomi Ackie has her own chance to shine, and she is great in the film. She's definitely becoming a rising star here. Stephen Yeun is also really good in this film. He has a very interesting part in the film. But I gotta say, the standouts in the film, honestly, is Toni, Collette, and Mark Ruffalo. Man, they played these characters that I felt like they don't belong in this film, but at the same time, you just love them throughout it. They are hilarious in this film in a really fucked up way. Mark Ruffalo does a great job being this politician that you can tell what he's making fun of in the film, which I'm not going to tell you. But Toni Collette and Mark Ruffalo are just so over the top that I was literally laughing my ass off with them in a couple scenes, and they actually stole the film. at a couple of moments. Some people might not like Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette in the film, which I understand. They're definitely over the top in the film. I really do love them too in the film. But like I said, what I love about the film is the concept alone. They really did expand this concept a lot in this film, and I find it very, very fascinating. It's a very unique cloning type of film. And I thought the world also in this film is very interesting. The planet that Robert Pattinson is exploring with these creatures and stuff, I thought most of the visual effects are pretty good in this film. And the creatures are also very fascinating in the film. They have their chance to shine as well in the film. But with the overall concept, it's really interesting to watch, and I loved how original and unique and different this film is, which people should give a lot of praise for. We don't have much originality these days, and this is one of those films that I felt like it's very uniquely original. This film is also a black comedy, so of course this movie is hilarious. There's so many funny aspects of the film where I was literally to a point where I'm like, Jesus, where are they coming up with this stuff? It's definitely a black comedy. There are some fucked up humor in this film that I was surprised at killing myself laughing with. But just the originality and the world building that this movie presented, I thought it's very, very interesting. It makes this movie very, very fresh, and definitely this is a great looking movie. I saw this film in IMAX. Man, the look of this movie looks absolutely breathtaking. There's definitely some beautiful scenery when it comes to this film. It definitely has a very cinematic flair to it. But I would say one of my biggest issues with the film though is definitely the third act. I would say the first two acts I really do love. The third act kind of does drag just a little bit. It's trying to give out some points and trying to wrap things together. And I felt like there are times where I'm like, okay, let's get the film going. It definitely slows the film down just a little bit until it gets to the final thing and the ending. And then I was fascinated. So overall, guys, I had a fun time with Mickey 17. Is this a little step down from Parasite? Yes, but it just shows that when you make a film that is that great, it's hard to top it. This is still a really enjoyable, worthwhile film. Robert Pattinson, fantastic in this film as Mickey 17 and 18 in the film. The rest of the cast for Naomi, Ackie, Yeun, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, everyone does a great job in the film. This film is funny, this film is original, it's very unique. The world building of this film is very interesting. This whole concept about duplicating a body, it just adds a very original flair to the film. This is a great looking film. Definitely see this film in IMAX, absolutely. But with the third act being a little slow, I wouldn't say this is my favorite movie of the year, but I still think this is a lot of fun. So I would say for Mickey 17, definitely go see this movie on the big screen. So guys, that is my review for Mickey 17. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.